Good afternoon, everybody. With so many games on Wednesday in both the NBA and NHL, we're going to kind of combine all of our picks into one video for you, the ones that are kind of sticking out for us. So here are our NBA picks for the night. Now, want to remind everyone, please go to longshotgambling.com to learn how you can win a free $50 Thanksgiving bet on one of our 3 NFL football games on the day. Now, on to Wednesday night in the NBA. As we know, there's no games tomorrow in the NBA, so they've decided to put a whole slew of games, which we're very excited about, on Thursday. The first one that jumps out to us is Eastern Conference matchup between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Atlanta Hawks. Now, Cleveland's the highest scoring team in the NBA. Atlanta, they can put up points in a hurry. Atlanta can't defend, Cleveland can. The last number of games between these two teams have actually been low scoring. So the Cavs are favored by 11.5. We're always nervous with spreads like that, especially with a Hawks team that you never really know what team is going to show up. We think the Cavs will win. Can they cover? We're not sure. So, considering the history between these two teams, our recommendation is to go to the under 240.5 points scored in this game. As we mentioned, the Cavs can play defense, so our recommendation, again, is the under in that game. The next one that sticks out for us is the Portland Trail Blazers in Indiana take on the Pacers. Now, Indiana has gone off to a poor start. A lot was expected of this team after reaching the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and the problem has been on offense. They just aren't putting up the points we're used to seeing. Portland, meanwhile, they've been okay. They're a rebuilding team. We think they're going to at least cover. They've actually taken 2 in a row against the Pacers, 5 of 7, which kind of surprised us a little bit because the Pacers over the last couple of years have been a much better team than Portland, but the Trailblazers have had no problems matching up against the Pacers. Indiana, I know people say, well, they've won 2 in a row. Those two games were against Washington and New Orleans, are the worst team in the East and the West. They won those games by an average of 8 points. This is 10.5 points. For us, there's no reason to think Portland won't cover. So our recommendation in that game is to take the Portland Trailblazers plus 10.5 over the Indiana Pacers. The Chicago Bulls Orlando Magic. This game just screams under to us. The Orlando Magic games are averaging just 208 points scored in them. This is very 1988 scoring, not what you're used to seeing in 2024. We appreciate the Chicago Bulls have the worst defense in the entire NBA. This is a really bad defensive team, but Orlando just can't score. And again, they get that shot clock down to 24. Coach Mosley, that's where he likes to implement. They play great defense. They haven't missed a beat without Paul Banchero. This team is absolutely on fire. The 10.5, once again, worries us considering they're a low-scoring team. And again, the Bulls and the Hawks, they almost mirror each other. You just don't know what you're going to get each night. So our recommendation for that one is to take the under 224.5 points scored. For a Magic game, that number is insanely high. For a Bulls game, we appreciate that's low. We believe the Magic will dictate the pace in this one, so our recommendation is to take the under in that game as well. The Los Angeles Clippers against the Washington Wizards. This one's interesting. Washington, they are just plain bad. This is a team that's now lost 12 in a row. Double-digit losses are common. We're not so sure they won't challenge the Charlotte Bobcats 8-win futility mark on the season. We think we'll surpass that. This is a bad basketball team. Jordan Poole, he missed last night's game. This guy has been off and on. If Kyle Kuzma doesn't play for the Wizards as well, this is a team that absolutely has nobody. I mean, the talent is so thin. The Clippers, meanwhile, they're playing good basketball. We didn't expect much from this team coming into the season. We will be the first to admit it. 10.5 points for a visiting team, that's a lot. But the Washington Wizards have shown that's absolutely nothing. We just said that margins like that scare us. Not when you're playing the Washington Wizards. Our recommendation for that one is to take the Clippers minus 10.5 over the Washington Wizards. The Detroit Pistons, Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is red hot, and let's be fair, it is because they are almost fully healthy, with the exception of Gigi Jackson. Ja Morant's back. This team is playing extremely good basketball. Both ends of the floor. Ja Morant's back. He's looking good. Detroit got off to a strong start. We are impressed with the way Coach Bickerstaff has his team playing. Kate Cunningham has run into some injuries. They have slowed down a little bit. The fact that the Grizzlies are at home in this one, we're actually going to take them -9 over Detroit on on Wednesday night. Toronto Raptors, New Orleans Pelicans. This game, both these teams are 4-14 on the season. They're both not very good on defense. Offensively, the Raptors are a better team. The Raptors' biggest issue, they're 0-10 on the road. But if you look at some of their games, man, they have been close. They have almost beaten some good teams on the road this season. They're in a lot of close games. New Orleans, it's all about injuries. We just mentioned about the Memphis Grizzlies last year. The New Orleans Pelicans are the Memphis Grizzlies this season. They just can't stay healthy. This roster has been ravaged by injuries. They're the worst team in the West. The fact is, we can't give them points. There's no question about the Toronto Raptors are getting healthier. They're playing okay basketball of late. There's no reason for us to think they can't beat the Pelicans. We appreciate New Orleans has won 5 of the last 6 games against the Raptors. But the fact of the matter is injuries have just depleted this team. Our recommendation for this one is to take the Raptors +4. A lot of the Raptors games have been close. We don't see that one being much different. Speaking of injuries, the Phoenix Suns are back. They are healthy. They have their roster intact. This is a team that just got off to a blistering start. Not surprisingly, they ran into injuries, which obviously accumulated in some losses. Now, they're playing a Brooklyn Nets team on on Wednesday. We're excited for Thanksgiving, clearly. On Wednesday, that is playing some very good basketball. They're on the Western Coast road swing. They are playing some good basketball. We love the way Coach Fernandez has taken this young team and has them playing. But Phoenix, they're playing well. They're coming off a blowout win over the Lakers on Tuesday night. As we mentioned, they're healthy. We think they're going to win and cover in this one. Our recommendation in that game is Phoenix -8.5 over the Brooklyn Nets. That is a quick summary of the games we like on Wednesday in the NBA. There are a lot of them. Reminder, please go to longshotgambling.com and learn how you can win a free bet courtesy through us on tomorrow's games in the NFL.
If you like gambling content, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll be here with daily videos for you. Good luck, and may the odds always be in your favor.